Hi and welcome to Pilates teacher training in England, in the UK, down here in Devon. I'm Paul, I'm an instructor of Pilates. The move today is lunges. As you can see, I'm on the reformer. The main reason I give lunges can be for a number of reasons. Although a movement might have a primary, secondary, tertiary purpose, it depends on why you as an instructor are giving it. Primarily, I tend to give lunges for hip flexor. Bear in mind, you've got a number of hip flexors. I'm not going to go into that too much detail now, it's not an anatomy lesson. Mainly the psoas. Yes, you get your rectus femoris, tensor fasciae, anterior sartorius, but mainly the psoas, you've got your iliacus as well. So let me just demonstrate what I would normally give a so-called beginner, I'll get me started on that, a so-called beginner or someone that was having issues maybe with certain other movements. So, the setup basically is put the footrest on high. Starts off on this side. I've got what I class as a moderate spring on there, but different reformers, different resistance springs, different colours mean different things. So, put the foot against the shoulder rest, curl the toes underneath. As a basic, this is where the footrest, foot bar hinges, it's got a nut there. The malleolus, I put in line with that. All different reformers are going to be different distances, different size, so obviously don't go by that. As a general rule, the further forward that foot is, you're going to get more of a hip flexor on the other side. As a basic, where that point pivots there, with the malleolus there, my hips are square on, my shoulders are square on. Initially, I get them to use that just for a little bit of balance, that's all. Try and avoid gripping it for dear life and putting a lot of weight on it. Easier said than done. You're keeping the chest lifted. You keep the neck long, the chin up, the shoulders are down. From there, you're going to lunge back, you're going to push back with the foot, push back with the knee. You're going to try and stay as upright as you can. That's my version of it. I do sometimes do a different version when you're hinging forward. Purely from the hip flexor point of view, attach as highest level as T12. You want the spine to be lifted up for that, to stretch that muscle off. Again, I'm putting all pathologies aside, just a general person, no particular issues, other than maybe tight hip flexors. You keep that left knee above that ankle. I personally don't worry about bringing it right the way in, not as a basic. Just interested in the gist of the movement, which is hip flexor on my right side and right hip flexors. Keeping the hips square on, keeping the shoulders square on. And that's it as a basic. Keeping the knee above the ankle. Things to watch for. Make sure the calf, the foot isn't against and wedging against the side of the reformer. I call that cheating. Keep it away. Support your own body, don't brace it. It makes it easier when you brace, or less challenging when you brace. There's a few points with this. One of the biggest ones is actually control. Remember contrology. Most people tend to do that. Keep control. Keep the knee over the ankle. Keep control. Let me just show you it from the other side. Leap over like a gazelle, left foot is against there, the heel is on there, put the knee down. As a basic, the knee is in line with the shoulder rest. I do say as a basic. Let's say someone specifically wanted to stretch off maybe their TFL, their tensor fasciae latior, it's also a mild hip flexor. I would then put the knee over to the edge of the calf, so it's it's over more to the midline of my body. So that stretches off the TFL a little bit more. So you can do that way, you killed a few birds with one stone. Just keep it basic, keep the knee in line with the foot, with the ankle. So from this side, keeping the hips square on. So, as well as the knee, one of the things that are to watch out for. For me, the way I teach this, I want to be watching out that we're not doing that, and just leaning forward. The other thing to watch for, one of the biggest ones actually, is I'm going to stretch off now, in particular my psoas major on my left side. If it's particularly tight, I'll exaggerate, this is what will happen, hopefully you can see it on the video. And the pelvis, it pushes, bear in mind your spine is just a tube. The psoas is attached to this side, I was pulling that way, therefore the spine will want to rotate round to the left, my pelvis will want to roll to the left. Usually the shoulders follow, but not always. Usually you definitely see a big turn in the pelvis when people are particularly tight. So the hips stay square on, the shoulders stay square on, keep control of the knee, keep the body upright. We want to lift, so again it's not just about muscles and tendons, we want to stretch the fascia off. You're sending away from the knee, you're stretching the fascia off all the way up. So keep the chest lifted. And again, I don't worry too much about bringing it back in. If you're more interested in that part of it, stay as lifted as they can. Now, assuming you can mark off exactly where their foot is, I usually put a block there, and you just rest the foot against the block there. I then mark how far back they're going on the reformer. Just as a bit of a comparison, because again, we'll have to balance in the body. So one side, and you probably will find this, but again, it's assuming you know exactly how far forward the foot is and make a mark somewhere, or somewhere keep check of where, because it's no good comparing how far back they've gone if they're doing a number of things. We do the other side, the foot somewhere else. Three things that make a massive difference. The foot being in a different position when you do the other side, when you compare how far back they've gone. The knee travelling back makes a massive difference, obviously. Rub it right back, can't I? And the other one is the foot, that they don't just point the foot. So you need to check those three things. Make sure you know the distance, it's the same when you compare them sides. In other words, you compare how much flexibility, which one is tighter, which one needs more work, more stretching. So check the distance where the foot is, make sure it's identical when you're comparing that. Make sure that they're keeping strict form and the knee is staying above the ankle. Make sure they're not pointing with the foot, but maybe ideally it stays against, the heel stays against the shoulder rest as well. And they're staying as upright as they can. Just mark off how far back they've gone, compare sides, and do this Joseph Pilates quote. What you don't like, you do twice. And Paul, that's one version of lunges. I'll do a few more videos on different versions and little things you can adapt into it to help with some of those faults that people do. I'm Paul, Elite Pilates teacher trainer down here in the UK in sunny old Devon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook, Elite Pilates teacher trainer. And thanks for watching.